Hello, it's Chris from My Stamp Lady. I am here to share with you some wonderful things that you can see in the current Stampin' Up! Mini Catalog in the Sand and Sea suite. And I'm going to be featuring this bundle here, the Seaside Seashells Dies and the Seashells 3D Embossing Folder. And then also this paper down here that is available. This paper is available through June 30th. So here is the die. It's a one-piece die, and it cuts out one die cut. Here's the Seaside Shells Embossing Folder. It's a 3D folder. It gives a deeper impression. I'm going to show you some great things you can do with these two pieces of this bundle. So isn't this gorgeous? And it's simple. It's just pretty basic and it's simple. And then you have this little stepped up one. And I didn't even add any sentiments or greetings on the front. So if you stay tuned, I'm going to show you some samples of where I have done that with some of these cards. I'm going to use the Sahara Sand ink, the folder, and a blending brush. You're going to be pressing this ink into the recessed areas so that you get a gorgeous look when you're done. So now you can see, I hope you can see, it might be kind of hard on here, that I have some ink on the inside top. I have a piece of basic white cardstock, 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm going to run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I'm going to use my number 1, put down my folder, and then use the number 4 on top. Okay, and then roll that through. And if you want, you could even roll it back and get a little bit more pressure on there. And then you're gonna see what happens here. And look at this, look at how gorgeous that is. So you can see that I have a little different amount of ink on these. This is probably a little heavier inked. This one is a little bit lighter. But all you need to do then is do like I did here, put it on a Sahara Sand card base, and you've got a gorgeous note card to send off to somebody. It's that easy. It is so beautiful. So now I'm going to step it up a little bit. I've run another piece through, and I now have my embossed cardstock. So now what I want to do, if I want to cut out the areas around that and get a more detailed piece, all I need to do is line this up, and it will kind of grab in the areas that are raised from going through the embossing folder. And then I can just put this down, and I'm gonna make sure it grabs into those spots. And then I will run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you will see what that looks like. So then when you pop that off and get rid of those excess pieces, look at that beautiful die cut piece that you have. Look at that, it's just gorgeous. Brush my scraps aside, and you have a gorgeous piece. From that Sand and Sea Designer Series paper, the beautiful colors that are just perfect for going to the beach, I have a piece of cardstock, and I am going to just place this on the card front as a background, and you're going to see how I get a little stepped up version of my card. So I've added a little bit of texture in the background here, and then I like to use spray adhesive. So I would just put a little bit of spray adhesive on the back side and stick that down, and then you have this card right here. Look at how beautiful that is. Again, you can use this all by itself. Then I recently ran across a tip, and this is in the new annual catalog, the tailor-made tags, and I bought them right away because I love tags, but I just came across an idea to use these as little sentiment pieces, and all you have to do is you can either cut off the little tag holder, the little hole, or tuck it underneath. So I have made up, and you can see here's that tag, and I have stamped that, and then I stamped some of the images from the stamp set, and I'm just going to place this down and put it right over. And actually, I'm not going to put it over this one. I am going to put it over that up. You could put it over this one, it'd be beautiful too, but I'm going to put it right over this flatter one. And now you have a card with a beautiful sentiment on it. So you could dress that up. to show you one other idea. So this is again a piece of designer series paper, and instead of using Sahara sand, I used Misty Moonlight. I ran this through, so now I have the die cut on top of the designer series folder. And I used the happy birthday greeting, and I put it on top of this tag, added a couple of the shells. The sand dollar comes with its die, and I could show you that all by itself. But first of all, I'm going to place this down, and I went for a monochromatic look here. Okay, and there you have a beautiful birthday card. So the sand dollar, this fits with this here, but and the shell and the starfish, they have, and the grasses have their own dies. So to get this piece, I simply die cut it, and then I took a pair of scissors, and I would just go in and snip it off like this so that I would have that specific shell. And that's how you would get these other larger shells out of there. I hope you enjoyed this video with using the embossing folder and the Seaside Seashells die and the corresponding folder. If you have any questions at all, be sure to contact me, Chris at mystamplady.com. You can find all of the supplies in my online store at shopwithmystamplady.com. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me, Chris at mystamplady.com.